Yeah, so this restaurant that you went to was just named in the top 50 restaurants by the New York Times in North America. I think they were number 40 on the list of 50.
Yeah.
Like, hello.
Yeah.
So how was the food?
It was delicious.
Yeah.
It was really good.
What kind of food was it?
It's Southern Thai.
Love Thai.
Yeah, so there were definitely some spice elements, but it was delicious. And on Friday and Saturdays, they do only a tasting menu. So it was just fun to sit and try all different foods. I couldn't pronounce any of the stuff that I ate, but it was all delicious. It was very good.
So question, me being a glutard, do you think about the menu? Is it workable?
I think so.
Okay.
I do think so, but I wasn't approaching it from that perspective, so can't say for
Okay.
sure.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
I mean, I glanced at the menu and I was like, well, I think I could probably grab a meal there.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Thai food is usually like stuff that I can navigate.
Yeah.
As long as I stay on the curry side of things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So you recommend going to the restaurant?
Absolutely.
Okay.
It was delicious.
All
What
right.
about you?
Well, we went last night. We were in Media, Pennsylvania. So Media, like Conshohocken, is one of those really cute, like little suburb towns outside of Philadelphia. And Jim and I went with Maddie and Matthew, so my daughter and son-in-law. And we went to a sushi restaurant called Azie, Azie, Azie in Media. And had just absolutely fabulous food. I did some sushi for dinner last night.
Yes.
And then afterward, we went to the Media Performing Arts, and we went to a candlelight concert.
Oh.
And this was really great. It was this series was started by a quartet they're all it's a string quartet.
Did it have a theme? Like, was it certain music?
Yes. Last night's theme was ABBA and Queen.
Ooh.
Oh, they played Dancing Queen and Mamma Mia, and they played They ended with Bohemian Rhapsody.
Of course. You should end with that.
The arrangements, so they had two violinists, one viola and a cello. And these folks, they actually started playing during COVID, and they would play outside for people to enjoy, music because of, just that period of time. And it is just something that they have continued to do. It was interesting. The woman playing the viola was from South Korea. The gentleman on the first string violin was from Siberia. And then the other woman was from another break-off country from Russia.
Oh, wow.
And then the guy on the cello was from Houston, Texas. So it was funny because he introduced himself last, and everybody was like, "Oh," when they said Siberia, and then he said Houston, and he didn't get a reaction. He's like, "What the hell?"
Yeah.
And it was neat because in between songs, they would talk about maybe why they picked a song or why they picked a certain arrangement or what they think that you should feel when you hear them play and so forth. It was absolutely wonderful. So, but we didn't get back until maybe 11:30 last night or so. So, and then rolling right into Run Club today. So.
Yeah, I'm exhausted.
I'm
mentally exhausted.
Yeah, no, but super excited to go and interview Evan because our run, we did a 3-mile run with them this morning. We actually became part of their Run Club today.
Yes.
And I think that you will go and really enjoy the interview.
Yeah, let's get to it.
All right. Hey, folks. Today on Mile 20, we're joined by Evan Campbell, endurance runner and founder of the Conshohocken Run Club, one of the fastest growing community running groups in the Philadelphia area. What started in 2024 as a simple idea to connect runners on the Schuylkill River Trail has grown into a thriving community built on inclusivity, friendship, and a shared love of running, which Lori and I got a little taste of today, which we'll get into. Evan's mission is to bring people together 1 mile at a time, which we absolutely love, and creating a welcoming space for runners of all ages and abilities, which we also felt today.
Yes.
And then today we'll talk about building a run club from the ground up, fostering a culture where everyone feels welcome, and why community may be the most powerful force in running. So Evan, welcome to the Mile 20 podcast.
Thank you so much for having me.
Oh my gosh.
And appreciate you, the two of you running this morning. It's great to see you out there, and excited to talk about your experience this morning.
It was a great turnout this morning.
It was.
Is that so? We're recording this on a Saturday morning for our listeners. So this was your Saturday morning, and it's a standing Saturday morning, 9 o'clock in the morning, down at the farmers market by the Hilton
At
in
Conshohocken.
Conshohocken. And how many people do you normally have on a Saturday?
We usually have 50 to 60 on Saturday. We recently opened up the idea of having folks meet on Wednesday nights.
Okay.
You can't make Saturday, whether life gets in the way, you have work. So I'd say the majority of the runners that are in our group chat and network show up on Saturday mornings, but we do have the optionality for Wednesday nights, starting at the same place, 3 miles as always, but usually 50 to 60 runners show up for a Saturday night.
That's awesome.
That
That's
is
awesome.
amazing. So what brought you to Conshohocken, and then how did you get the idea to start the run club here?
Yeah, so my parents and my sister live in Los Angeles, and so I was living in Center City. I changed jobs and moved to Conshohocken. Did not know anyone. This is in the summer of 2023.
So are you from California?
From South Jersey, actually.
South
My
Jersey.
sister went to USC in California, graduated in 2016, and then my mom and dad decided to move over there to get closer to her.
Okay.
She's a little bit older than I, and their long-term vision is to retire in the sunny state of California. So they're just preparing.
A little bit more sun in
Yeah.
California than in Jersey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Winters can be brutal.
Yeah.
And so they went out there, and I moved to the building that we're in right now, Riverwalk apartment, in 2023. And so for the first few years here was just navigating friendships and people and community. I think, growing up, I'd always played sports. So there was a natural sense of friendship embedded in lacrosse practice and, hanging out after basketball games.
Yeah.
So
Right.
kind of lose that touch. I think a lot of people do after college. You're not ingrained into seeing people every day in a classroom or a cafeteria. And so I showed up to a run club that's also in Conshohocken down the road, and it just didn't align with my schedule as much. It was a Thursday night option. And so I thought to myself, well, on the weekend, there is no option right now to bring people together. I see a lot of people running on the trail. They're running by themselves. Maybe other people feel this sense of loneliness that I have.
Yeah.
And so decided one day to, create an Instagram, create a flyer. This is in June of 2024. No expectation, just see who can come. And then from there, we kind of just slowly been able to build at it, chipping away this thing kind of one block at a time.
So literally it was just like the rallying cry, like, hey, whoever wants to show up on Saturday at this location and come join and
Yes.
build it from there.
It was much less formalized than the experience you guys had this morning.
Yeah, because
It
dude, you were
started-
talking about board meetings today.
Yeah,
okay?
yeah.
So I was like, whoa, whoa. They were
I'm
like for
well,
real.
This is really organized.
So it was, we met at the Guppy's Good Time Tavern. We all still love Guppy. Shout out to Guppy's, they're great. And there was no speaker, there was no group chat, no idea of how long we'd go. We kind of just guessed on 3 miles. And the initial inception of the idea was actually with 4 of my college lacrosse teammates that also went to St. Joe's. They moved to Conchi
Oh, nice.
months after I'd already been living here.
Oh, that's
That's
great.
nice.
So we
Yeah.
kind of started it together. We kind of workshop. We met at the coffee shop and just kind of put pen to paper of like, what are we trying to look at and get out of this? How could we give back? What's the day and time? There's all these like little intricacies that go into building anything. And so tried to figure out the nuts and the bolts, but it's definitely looks a lot different now than when it did 2024.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so let's take a little bit of a step back. So I've just picked up that you were a lax player.
Yes.
How did you get into then like endurance running? I mean, because we've read that you came in first for your age group for the Dirty German 50K. So like, you're not doing small races here. So how did you get into? How did that transcend from like lax to or now you're a marathoner and an ultra marathoner?
Yeah, it actually started after graduation. It was this sense of kind of losing my identity a bit of like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
What am I trying to get out of life? What's the person I'm trying to be? Do the actions that I take mimic the person I say I want to be? And I felt like that answer was no for a really long time, especially when I was living in Center City for a few years. And then by moving to Conshohocken, kind of reformed what my vision is of, like the actions that I'm going to take have to mirror the things that I say to my friends and family. And so what's a way that I could do that? I could start with focusing on kind of physical health and mental health.
Yeah.
And so the mental health side of things, meditation, reading the Daily Stoic, journaling every day, that has been a part
Speaking
of
my language right now.
like,
Yeah.
it's been a part of my daily habit for the better portion of 3 years now.
Keep at it. Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
the physical side is doing yoga to make sure, you know, my body is nimble, and then trying this running thing. And so just like anything in life, when you start it and you're an amateur and it's hard, you want to give up.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so I would get on the trail, I'd run a mile, I'd get tired, I'd start panting, I'd be like, huh. But I was like, there was some small part of me that was nagging in the subconscious of like, well, just try it again. Like, see if you can go a little bit farther next week. And so like next week I get back on the trail, it was 1.2 miles. It was 1.4. And then just started getting addicted to that process of like, let's just go out there and have fun. So it didn't come from a place of, I want to do these ultra marathon and run super far distance. It just came organically of, I like the process of running. I like putting my shoes on, just going in the trail and exploring that feeling of what comes to my mind. It gives you this block of time that's away from the world. You can't respond to text messages. You can't respond to emails. No one can call you. And it's really a soul searching process every time you run. And so it just so happened that the distances started getting longer. But like the first year, it was just about get out there.
Yeah.
And
But do you find that now having the run club, because running was so therapeutic in the beginning, do you have to go out there sometimes, like sneak runs by yourself to get that therapy in? Or are you able to still maintain what you need out of your running while doing the run club?
That's a really good question. I personally, like, I love running with other people, but I do also believe that there is inherent value of running by yourself and exploring yourself. And so usually I allocate Sundays for some long runs to myself in the Wissahickon Trail, Winieskuka River Trail, because there are some questions that just come up that are nagging me of like, you know, why do you feel stressed? Who's the person you become when you are stressed? What is your relationship right now with your parents? How do your friends feel about you? Is it a two-way street? Are you giving them your best? Are they giving you their best? Those questions, I think when you run with other people, you're actually inclined to have a conversation with them. You mirror the pace, and like that is fun. That is the majority of my week. I will run in the morning with folks, and Saturday we have run club, but there is something special to, I think, equally important. Nothing's better or worse. It's just different on Sundays to run by yourself and explore those feelings. And I think you get the answers that you're searching by spending time with yourself.
I agree.
I absolutely. Lori and I always joke because we met in 2014, and we had been running, like we both had run a couple of marathons before we started running with each other. We met at a running club.
Yeah.
So that's why what you have created here, we think is so important, because literally, like, Lori is my second family. You know, I'm second mama to her kids. She's second mama to my daughter. And, you know, we wouldn't have had that had we not had, you know, like that running community that was established for us to kind of like, you know, step into. So absolutely love what you have created. If you could describe the culture, I don't know if it's like the brand of your club, right? So I mean, we just saw a ton of people today that were all interacting with each other, friendly with each other. I mean, we had people that we had never met before come up to us and you know, like open conversation. It was a very, very friendly environment. How would you describe like the culture and the brand of your club for people maybe who have never come before?
It's as inclusive and open-minded as it could be. It's truly whatever experience you're looking to get out of it. And the thing that I like to kind of try to promote, both on social media and internally with our group, is we are more than a run club. It is a community. And I think that there's a nuance within that. There are some run clubs that I see online that are very focused on speed, very focused on performance. What have you done in this race? What have you done in terms of your running accolades? It just is not important. It's a fleeting feeling. It doesn't stick with you. You can't bring that to the grave with you. You can't build relationships around you because of a race that you did. It's about enabling a community and providing a feeling that's greater than yourself. And so our branding is, if you like to walk, you could be a part of Conshohocken Running Club. We have walkers today. If you like to run really fast, go and do that.
Yeah.
But whatever you're looking to get out of Saturday morning from 9 to 10 is up to you. And I don't think that we have a lot of outlets like that in our life. I think when there's people that sign up for a Pilates class or a HIIT class, we're always looking around and we're comparing ourselves to each other. And everything is gamified now with scoreboards and meter boards and rewards. And it's just very overwhelming. And so the inclusivity is the environment we're trying to promote on Saturdays. That is the messaging as the branding. Whether you are a multi-marathoner or a first-time runner, please come. And then from there, you will be able to navigate your way because other people have shared experience just like you.
It's funny. So we just interviewed the race director for Cedar Rapids Marathon in Iowa. And he was like, when I create an event, I'm creating an event because to cater to the 99% of runners out there. Yes, we welcome elites. They're easy. We cater them too, but the breadth and the body of people that are out there moving are just average people. So I feel like it's really great that you are creating an environment here where it's catering. Like, yes, the elites are there. Everybody knows there are fast runners, and fast runners are wonderful. Like, there's nothing wrong with not poo-pooing that, but there's also just people that need to move for mental health, for physical health. Just move. It doesn't matter how you do it, whether it's walking or running. And I think that's such a great place. Where does that stem from in your background? Like, does your family do like a lot of volunteer work? Yeah. Like, it's very unusual to see somebody that's so engaged in wanting to create community and give back. And I find that incredibly inspiring.
Yeah. My mom, dad, and sister were very high on the idea of just giving back to the community. Like, it was always ingrained into the childhood and things that we do on the weekend, whether it was my dad through being a CCD teacher, my mom being involved with PTA, my sister always looking for nonprofit foundations to give the money that was generated in our Sedaka box to someone that would needed it. And so the three of them in parallel were all pushing the boundaries on what we could do. And so that just has been where it started from as a kid. And I lost that feeling in Center City. Because I think when you don't live like that or you're not inclusive, like, imagine how much of a disservice it'd be for Run Club if we did gate off and it was speed oriented or race time oriented. Imagine the people that you didn't get to interact with today. That's what I think about a lot. What if it was a different way and we were just, you have to run a 6-minute mile? Like, there'd be so many connections that don't form just because of the way that you're branding it. And so that's why I'm very obsessive and intentional about the idea of all ages and all paces and truly meaning it and being there for everyone. We don't move until everyone is done.
I loved at the end because again, Lori and I are the back of the Packers, but I loved it that you were there for the last folks that were finishing up the run today. And for me, I was like, nobody felt like, okay, I'm like totally left behind.
I didn't feel rushed.
I didn't. Yeah.
It was nice.
It was very nice, and I have to say, this was special for me because I had like nasal surgery about 3 weeks ago. And this was my first run back post like nasal surgery. So I was a little apprehensive this morning about the run, but
you got it done.
Got it done. I ran the whole thing, but it was nice. It was nice to have like a little bit of a change up and have like this like community, having, the speaker that you had in the beginning. And you want to talk a little bit about like just the speaker today and like what you do with speakers for your runs?
Totally. Today was Megan Robinson. She's a sports nutritionist, and we try to target, that's kind of the inflection point of when it went from only a few people to a little bit of people to now a bigger group of, we believe, like, our thesis is the pie can always get bigger. It's not a zero-sum game. And so there's over 60 local businesses in Conshohocken. And I believe that if we can maximize our attendance, we can be a vessel for the local community.
I love that.
Absolutely.
And so every week we try a new guest, whether that be a nutritionist, a dietitian, a gym fitness instructor, we had the principal at the local elementary school and raise money for Conchi Elementary for
that's awesome. I love that. Yeah.
A race director, a shoe provider. The goal is to have anyone that is going to take a chance on themselves and try to create a business. We want to support them. This is a small borough. There's slightly above 10,000 residents, 1 square mile borough. Like, we should be there for each other, right? It's not Manhattan. It's not San Francisco. We can know our neighbors.
Yeah, so I have to say, and I'm just going to share this, Lori, and I'm not going to name the running group that we met at.
Yeah.
But the model that you are creating, I think, is a model that it not only brings people together, but it's something that I see can sustain itself, over a period of time. Even today, after the run was done and you were like, hey, we're having our board meeting, whoever wants to come, have ideas and so forth. You're not about like, it's not about you, right? And then everything revolves around you. And it's like, come meet me and run with me. Our running group ended up becoming that, unfortunately, and it folded. Now, Lori and I, we're the two old birds now, and we're like the only two who are still out there running.
Right, seriously.
Like we're like nobody is out there running anymore, and that is the main difference that I really see, that how you, and that's why earlier when I was talking about like what is your culture, what is your brand, because it is all about bringing people together, and you're able to sustain that and maintain that, and the more ideas that people bring into your community, right, your run club, the bigger your impact can be, across the community, which is fantastic.
What I thought was so cool is that you guys got a book club spinoff.
Literally,
I know. I was like, book club.
I'm like,
all the
damn.
Supposedly,
We're like
all
book
of
club
the best
junkies.
Ideas are not mine. Like,
Yeah.
Yes.
it's the book club was not mine. Doing recreational sports was not mine. Like, we have folks that are doing a heyday kickball and volleyball league together that otherwise
fun.
would not have known each other if it hadn't been for Red Club. So it's like
Oh, my
really
daughter
cool.
does
In the
heyday.
Halo group chat, you can choose what you're seeing on your feed. It can be just running related. It can be book club. It can be going out on surfer nightlife. And then there's a volunteering channel. So there's a bunch of people in Run Club that are very passionate about volunteering. And there's tons of initiatives. And
So was that the sign up that you were talking about? That you have like an actual site where people
Yes.
that's how it's sign up. I thought that was really great. Like, I mean, I was like, wow, they're like super organized.
Yeah.
because we tried, and in the past we had one group chat. And so as you can imagine, there'd be parents and then people that are just people in college, and it's all the above. And so we transitioned from GroupMe to Halo, which is a free app. And there's a bunch of channels just like Instagram, direct message, like a group chat. And you can kind of decide which ones you want to be in, which ones you don't. So you can curate your feed.
I love that.
And
Yeah,
you
that
can
is really
personally
cool.
message runners, and you can congratulate them because it shows their milestones for how many times they've come. So there's a little ribbon for the first timers. There's a ribbon for the fifth timers, a ribbon for your 10th. And then over time, you can kind of like accumulate points. I haven't actually like shared it with the, group yet, but I have some long-term vision of like giveaways when you achieve certain points. And it's not just about speed or time. It's like how many times you come, or if you showed up for a volunteer effort, that's plus 5 points. Like there's some cool stuff that
I
you
like
could do
that.
with it.
I like that.
Yeah.
But it's been a good way for people to.
Well, yeah, and especially since you have, like sponsorship as well. That you want to talk a little bit.
Yeah.
I love it that you like even today, like when we were done with the run, you had a bunch of people come to your car because you had like the membership cards.
Yes.
Which I had never heard of before. Yeah. So I mean, like this is pretty cool. Like you have sponsorship or partnerships with like local businesses, and they give you discounts if they show the
that's
card,
right.
right? That is so cool.
That's the card had come out 2 weeks ago, and it's a Conshohocken membership card that each runner gets for free. They can then use that at a select restaurant or gym or local business to get a discount of that business's choosing. So the way that it's gone, the distribution model is I've approached every business at Conshohocken, whether it was in person or Instagram, and basically said, what is one thing that you're willing to give without compromising your margins that can still drive foot traffic?
Yeah.
We're not asking for a handout. We're not asking for buy one, get one free or give out all these things free. What is something that you can reasonably be willing to give up that will net benefit you, right? Like 10% off this coffee.
Yeah.
You're going to get more people to go and get coffee, but 20% may be too much. So we leave it up to there. And we have 24 out of the 63 businesses in Conshohocken on it.
I love that.
And
Is the goal all of them?
the goal is all, yeah. And so
I love that.
we're just going to keep, banging down the door. And it's pretty cool because through this whole thing, you find out about businesses you didn't even know.
That's
and like
right.
you get to
Yeah.
know people for people, not just the business. It's like, oh, you know, the owner of Yoga 6 actually is a multi-marathon running Ironman athlete. Like doing that and running a business and being even more importantly, a good person, like that's awesome. Wouldn't have known unless you went through this, right?
That's right.
So,
That's right.
yeah, the runners, we just started it and it's a long way to go, but it's been a new unlock that we're going to focus on between years 2 or 3.
I love that. I love that.
That's fantastic. So just to kind of digress just a little bit, is there a member story that perfectly captures what the club is all about?
It's a really, really good question.
I know that's a tough one.
Because like there's a lot. I don't want to just zero in on one person. I'll speak for a cohort of people. There's a cohort of people that joined at the end of 24, early 25, that had not run more than a few miles, but then PR'd in Broad Street.
Nice.
Wow.
So not only had not run 10 miles, but then, you know, ran just as fast as they did at the 3-mile pace, which is pretty cool to hear. Like, and it's that same tune. There was 5 people on the sidelines of the Philly Marathon standing next to me in 2025 that had never ran more than a half marathon that ran in the 2026 Philadelphia Marathon.
Oh, that's awesome.
So it's like
Yeah.
distance aside, time aside, the idea of just picking and choosing a goal for yourself,
Yeah.
and then a bunch of people holding you accountable to go and
Yes.
do it, and then doing it, like that's just really cool. There's no other way to put that.
I love, and I get the whole like having that accountability, whether it's a group or like just a running partner. I mean, Lori and I mean, I know I've talked about it in the past. It's like, you know, sometimes on those winter mornings where, especially this past winter was brutal, man.
Brutal.
And we've run, we started running our current stint in like September. We ran like eight marathons in 7 months, like a marathon
Something
a
like
month or
that.
something like that. So
Yeah.
we ran like straight through the winter, and man, like there were days where it was like, dude, it's freaking -20 out. But like now that we've done it, like we've run in that and stuff, and now we feel kind of wussy where like there's like a morning where it's like, you know, maybe 20 degrees. It's like, oh, we can't really complain about this now.
No.
What was the coldest marathon you guys did?
Oh, marathon.
It had to be Alaska.
Was it?
Well, like where we were like
well,
just chill, like where we were chilled.
Yeah,
chilled
because
to the
it
bone.
rained. It was like it wasn't the coldest because it was in the 50s, but it was like a cold driving rain 50. And I was thinking it was like Philadelphia 50. It's a different 50.
No,
And
it's
so
it's
I dressed in,
like chilled to the bone.
yeah, like I dressed in shorts because to me, 50 and over, it's shorts weather, you know? And yeah, no, I was like, I took a hot shower and went under the covers and probably slept for 2 hours.
That
after
race
that
was
marathon.
crazy. It was 13 people ran it. They bussed us out to like the start, and they had a little orange cone with a little flag that said "start" on it. And some lady was like, "Are you gonna play the national anthem?" She just started singing it, so we all sung the national anthem.
Stood in a circle and sang the national anthem.
Then these 2 guys who we think were like volunteer firefighters, they came out with like 22 gauge rifles out of a truck, and they were like, "Okay, so we're gonna be like going back and forth on the course because of like bears and animals and stuff." And I'm like looking at her going, what the hell have we gotten ourselves into? You know?
I'm like, this is awesome.
And it poured the entire time, you know,
I
but
know.
oh, in
Absolutely,
a
yeah.
heartbeat.
And I would stay where we stayed because we stayed in this rinky dinky little adventure lodge, it was called. And like, we're kind of a little bit, you know.
I like bougie hotels.
She likes bougie hotels.
I like bougie.
When
I like
we were
bougie.
touring this hotel, I was like,
I could do tents, but I love bougie.
I was like, oh boy, this is not gonna. And like,
It was like one of those like places where you don't bring a light, like one of those black lights
Yeah,
over
yeah.
like the, you know, like that's what I was thought
And
we were
then-
walking into.
and they like take you to like this mess hall. They're like, yeah, we serve dinners in here, and we're looking at each other going, we're
Like we're gonna have to
eating
find
here.
some
We're
other
not
place to
eating here.
eat. Like
And so, but then we couldn't, whatever, long story short, we end up eating there and finding out it is like a culinary experience. And I'm like, you cannot judge a book by its cover.
Like 4-star like meals.
It was amazing. Like some of the most amazing food I've had. Yeah.
And the place, like our husbands went and caught salmon right outside of the lodge, and then they can go and bring it in. And they had like it was an old cannery place, and they will actually go and like cut up your fish and freeze it, and then package it up, and then when you're ready to go and fly home, then they ship your fish home with you as well.
Yeah, we had.
It was the bomb. Our boys loved it. Yeah,
it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, so highly recommend.
Yeah,
and that's why like we're capturing our stories, because you've never heard of that race before, right? And now
Salmon Jam.
Yeah, the salmon.
It's in Cordova, Alaska.
Yeah, and it like these little obscure places that we've been able to travel to, right? And that's why it's cool also having a run club, because you can spread the word right around different experiences that people have, and then
and people are like, wait a minute, that sounds like fun, maybe I'll sign up for that. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So as you've been navigating this, because you're almost at when is the 2-year anniversary? 2 weeks. Congratulations, that's really awesome. What's been like a mistake or something like you look back on and you're like, yeah, like we navigated that a little off, and we like kind of course corrected?
I had one friend last weekend. I was in Texas visiting my high school friends. One friend kind of shared his perspective on our content, and I think one thing that I kind of stray away from when we initially started was getting a little bit too tied to like my personal journey. I could have not shared that I came in first in an ultra marathon, right? And just doing it for just me, but not for the group. But I think it is a hard balance it's like a dichotomy between signing up for ultras and then promoting all paces and pages.
Yeah.
And so like navigating that is still something I struggle with. Of like, I want to push myself to be the best that I can be in my body. I'll never be the fastest person. Never win like races and bowling.
It seems like you're doing respectably well, though.
I don't know.
I'm just saying.
Also navigating that and making it of like a, it's an open community and everyone can come. It's been tough on me, like internally balancing.
That's your leadership style then, right? It's like it's finding.
I live it as like a be from the front.
Yeah.
Right, like show people that you.
I get that. I totally understand that.
Like I can't be the person that says like the motivational messaging. Go do hard things today. If I'm not gonna then do it, or if I'm quitting myself.
Yeah.
So I think on the one hand, in my design, I always thought if that was a motivational or inspirational thing, and on the other hand, I could see how other people perceive it, and so I'm trying to navigate through that, fix that, and I think that's something I want to hone in on in the messaging and the branding between year 2 and 3. And it'll start to get back to our ways, our foundation, which is just like truly all ages, all paces, not about the race, not about the time, and how do we curate the perfect message for that and deliver it in the right way.
Yeah, well, just observing today, right? Like I totally observed like you as like a servant leader, right? You were about the group and where everybody was at, and was everybody accounted for, and taking care of logistics and so forth. So it's like if that's what people see on a day-to-day as well, and then that resonates too with your message. I don't know. I don't see the, like me personally, like looking out at, like just looking to yesterday, right, at all your content and stuff. I wasn't like, oh, this guy's like bragging on all of his stuff and everything. No, I totally get it, but just as a total like outsider looking in, it's like, hey, look, this guy's going out and he's like he's doing his thing, but he's also like bringing his love for running, for the sport, and bringing it into the community. But then also I love like the volunteerism and so forth. So, and I think it's just like being a good role model for people as well, like because you have a different ability than than other people, right? I mean, Lori and I will never run an ultra, you know, but I mean, we enjoyed the hell out of it today.
Your ultra time was a minute faster than my fastest marathon, and I was like, that's respectable. My fastest marathon was a 4:46
in every state.
That's true.
Right.
Yes.
Which cool. But it's like, right. And so like we all have different journeys, but I think that's the cool thing about about a running club and I don't even want to say a club. You're running community because it really is a community that you're building, and it's bringing in all different perspectives. Like we met Lena.
Yes.
Who was running with us
From Columbia.
From Columbia, and she was telling us, because we asked her, how did you get into running? How long have you been running? So she's been running for 2 years, and she got into it because like her parents were runners, and she's like, you know, it's like she's like, I never thought I would be a runner, and she's like, now I'm running, and
she did Broad Street.
And she did Broad Street for the first time, you know, this past year. And so it's so cool to like hear those stories, you know, of people, and, you know, and again, you inspire, like just by being together.
Yeah.
You know?
And I can get like where social media can sometimes portray a certain image to things, but I think if people come out and they are part of the club, they will see and pick up on what the culture is, which is not that at all. And I feel like right now your social media, you may be sensitive to it. It was fine. Yeah. It looks good.
Outsider looking in. Yeah. Yeah. You know.
So what would you think, like, what is your goals for the running club? Like, as far as like membership and also community impact, maybe in the next 2 to 3 years?
Yeah. To your point earlier of having every business on this membership card.
Yeah.
And then I don't understand why we can't get the whole community on Saturday morning. Like, there was no goal until.
Okay, first of all, the Schuylkill River Trail will not be able to hold that.
But you just like that. You shoot for the moon and then you land somewhere in the stars, right?
Yes.
So that's the goal.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
if you're already going to run 3 miles, like, would you want to do it with a bunch of other people that are cool and nice and want to help and become friendly? So it's really, there's no quantitative metric around it. It's just like continue to grow it. Because there's so many people that get things out of it intrinsically that I think other people would enjoy that experience.
Yeah. So are you conscious of the fact of like growing so big so fast and like losing the club identity or that high touch, you know, your ability to go and connect, or, you know, I'm just going to call it the founding members, right, of the club, and having that ability to connect with your community, right? Any like concerns in that regard?
That's why recently we just started, I want to start highlighting runners of the week. So we used to do a monthly, and we still do a monthly spotlight on runners. So the paragraph on them, why the joy and what is their story. It's as runners in month, but it's too infrequent because the group's gotten big.
Yeah.
So we start targeting just like the story group today about their character runners, just the Broad Street. Like, people should know that. You should be prideful of that. It's a wonderful achievement. We're going to start rolling out the runners of the week, and then I'll get an opportunity to highlight their story. I can engage with them, message them, hear their story, and then you know, it just gives you more visibility to a rare number of people. But you're absolutely right. It's like it's gotten hard to make that personalization with everyone as it continues to grow, because there's some faces I've never seen before.
Right,
and they come
right.
and go. They
Yeah.
come once, you won't see them for 3 months because you go to the beach, and then they come back in fall. And it's like trying to navigate all that can be kind of crazy sometimes. So we're trying to figure out different ways to unlock of like everyone
Yeah.
feeling valued and like
Part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be a great departure from our run club
From our run club.
that we were part
Oh
of.
yeah. Like I'm just grateful. So the way that Lori and I connected with each other is because we used to run at like 5 a.m. in the mornings,
Yeah.
and so
Busy lives.
Right.
Sometimes that's the only time you have.
yeah,
that you can
especially
carve
as
out.
like, you know, like busy moms, you know, and working and stuff. So, but Lori and I, like, she was new to the area, had just moved here from Florida.
And I knew the best way to meet people, plug into that big run club.
Right.
Whatever you can get to. I mean, it's just such a great way to connect with people.
Yeah, and her and I, and that's why the book club thing resonated with us,
Yeah.
because I used to be more of a talker when we ran, so I was like that, right. So next
She
thing,
still
I know.
does. She still does. We're going to pretend. Yeah. You don't talk that much when you run.
But we I started talking about this book that I was reading, and she's like, wait a minute, I've read that book, and next thing you know, the next 3 miles, you know, just went like that, and then the next, you know, run that we had, we just kind of gravitated towards each other. And then we found out we were like signed up for the Marine Corps Marathon. And so we ran that together. And then next thing you know, she's signing up for another race. And I'm like, oh, I'll do that with you.
Because I was like, I'm doing the 50 states.
And I'm like, oh, that's such a great goal for you. That's such a great goal for you. And then I kept signing up for the races. And then at some point in time, we were doing like a no shower happy hour after a race. And she was like, you know, you're doing this with me. And I'm like, I know.
I just didn't want to commit.
But that's how like you latch on to like, you know, what other people are doing. And like you were saying earlier, right? It's just, you know, you're at the Philly start line, and next thing you know, you have 3 or 4 other people who, like, you know, 12 months ago would not have been there.
Yeah.
You know, had they not connected and got it rooted in and so forth. So
I'm afraid that we're starting to encroach on your board meeting. Is that happening? I apologize.
I know.
I do have at least one more, unless Laura has another question for you.
Go for it.
So we always ask people, because Mile 20 obviously is our podcast name, and it represents the wall, you know, and trying to make those decisions. Like, how do you approach Mile 20? You know, when the pain starts, and
we plan alcoholic beverages at Mile 20 every race. Seriously,
that's not kidding.
We're not kidding. You know,
but it's also like there's a parallel with life with Mile 20. Has there ever been like a Mile 20 moment in your life that you've had to like dig deep? And would you mind sharing that with us?
In 2023, my parents left. That was really hard on me.
Yeah.
And I think the best way to navigate through that is like, you could try to plan for Mile 20, but until you're in it,
Yeah.
that's right.
not really in. You got to feel it and you got to live it. And so I thought, like, okay, I'm fine. So they've been in Los Angeles. So I see them like once a year. And it's really hard. You deeply love your mom, your dad, or sibling. And so Mile 20 was just that journey in 23 of like moving to a new area, not knowing anyone, starting a new job, going out a lot. Your parents left. Your friends are moving to other cities as well. So it's just a lot to take in at once.
Yeah.
And running has been the most beautiful element, because every day is a new death.
Yeah.
You have no idea how you're gonna feel. There's some days where I run 3 miles and I'm like, that was the hardest thing I've ever done. And I'm like still panting. Like, and there's some days where I'm like, I think I'll do 100 today.
Yeah.
It's like, it's the bee.
Yes.
So, it's just so bespoke and so nuanced. And obviously, like, there's a spontaneous feeling I still get, even though we've done it hundreds of times, getting out there, tying our shoes. So I think Mile 20 was really hard, but we've overcome it. I'm sure there's going to be plenty more Mile Club show by.
There's a lot of Mile 20s you hit. Yeah.
Ready through this stuff of showing up on running. You get a little bit stronger the next time you face it on your Mile 20.
Oh, thank you for sharing that.
That was a great answer.
Yeah.
I hate that you went through that, but it was a great answer.
Yeah. I've shared in previous episodes. I got into running because my youngest brother passed away from cancer. So I'm the oldest of 4. And so he passed away in 2004. 2005 was my first marathon. And I signed up just in memory of him and raise money for Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. Had I not chosen to do that and stay with it, I would never have met my best friend. I would have never had this life and journey. I would never be sit here and talking to you, right?
Yeah.
So it's like those things that like you need to go and hit those moments in your life to then, you know, kind of just choose how you're going to go and land on the last 6 miles of the race, so to speak, you know? So yeah. So really, really good stuff, man.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we so appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you
Appreciate
so much.
you.
So do you throw your arms around people who are not from the Conshohocken area?
Thousands.
All right.
There we go.
So if you're in the Philly area.
and you're in the Philly area, come out to Run Club, because what we experienced today firsthand, very, very welcoming, lovely people, and we actually made a couple of contacts. So we're going to have a couple more people on our.
I know. And I'm sitting here
podcast.
going, gosh, could I make it to another run club? I don't know. I mean, it's not that far away, I guess.
Yeah, I know. But we greatly appreciate
Yes.
you, and best of luck for your second anniversary coming up, and the years beyond.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you
Really
for joining
appreciate
us.
it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks. Evan was such a nice guy. That was such a great interview.
Such a great interview.
What an inspiration. I feel like, I know I'm getting older in life, but I'm like, what an amazing young man.
Yes, I agree.
To have a passion for giving back and his thoughts about community and bringing the community of Conshohocken Running Club together. It's very inspiring.
It is inspiring. I hope that you know, through the proper planning, through dynamic leadership, that, you know, they'll continue to go and have success and have more people, you know, like you know, the couple of folks that we met, you know, today, you know, just continue to attend and, you know, give back and be part of the community.
Yeah, I think he's got big things for his future.
I agree. I totally agree. I totally agree.
Stuff.
Yeah. So what are we talking about next week?
Next week.
Oh, next week.
Next week, we are heading to Iowa, where we're hoping it's not going to be 90 degrees running the marathon.
All right, hold on, girl.
In Cedar Rapids.
I'm pretty sure, like, as I was like looking at the.
It is not going to be 90 degrees.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you like real time right now, folks, because I'm hopping on my phone.
It's not going to be 90
Wait
degrees.
one.
Do, 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 do,
No, I have. All right, hold on.
Do, 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 do.
I know, that was really, really funny. All right, dude. Here we go. Sunday, rain, 82 degrees.
No, I'll take an 82 rain. I actually don't mind that.
All right.
I think I would take that over 90 and sunny. You know what I mean? I feel like I'll take that.
And it's going to be humid. So, yeah. So
it's a bun day.
So
bun that shit up.
Yeah.
Everybody braid your hair and get your buns ready.
Man, today was my first run back from post nasal surgery. So I haven't run in 3 weeks. It went okay. I ran the whole thing.
Yes. We actually did a pretty decent, strong run for us.
Yeah, that's
it's like 11-minute mile.
Yeah, and but like when I was done, my teeth felt like they were like, you know, gonna pop out of my head, and that was with no humidity today because it's about like 55 degrees and
you
like
got another
breezy,
week of healing. You got another week of healing.
But I'm just looking at that temperature and the weather, and it just says the first word is humid.
It's not bacon though.
So
there's not a chance of bacon.
There's not a chance of bacon.
We call it bacon when you see humidity
lines.
and the fog lines on.
Because it looks like bacon. It looks like like things of bacon. Oh, now
bacon.
I'm really hungry for bacon.
I'm hungry.
Thanks for that.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys for listening today. We appreciate it. We love all the love and we love the comments. So keep them coming. And
66 countries right now we're in. 60.
Oh, yes. And we finally got 350 followers on Instagram.
Oh, yay.
So please share, because I want to get that. Actually, I think we're almost at 360. It's like 359.
Nice.
We're at
nice.
360. Look
Very
at that.
nice.
It's happening like crazy these
We're
days.
just blowing it out.
We're blowing it up.
But it is cool that we're in 66 countries, dude.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for listening. We love all the love.
Love it.
Please check us out at Mile 20 Podcast on Instagram and Facebook. You stream us wherever you find your podcasts. Now, go make Mile 20 your bitch.
Peace out.
And I did that in one take.